back up everything, back everything up, like have the backup for a backup. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and I am back with another video. This one is a little bit different. I have been talking about how I want to talk more about school and doing my masters in law, some LLM, as well as other like school related things. I am a research student, so I thought I would come on here and share a little bit about my research, just tips for research that I've developed over the last couple of years. So I've been doing my LLM for 2 years. I've completed that actually last year, graduated, and I'm now starting my PhD. So I'm in my first year of my PhD and I've just learned so much, and I just thought I would come on here and share some of those research tips and then also talk about what's in my bag. Yeah, so just talk to you guys about, I just thought I would combine the two videos, like a what's in my bag plus research tips, so it's like a fun school related video but also kind of fun. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So one of the first things that I would say is, in terms of research tips, is to attend workshops and research seminars and talks. And that sounds pretty obvious, but it's actually not. Sometimes you just think, well, this has nothing to do with my research, I don't need it. Or if they're doing like research, how to use Word effectively, how to make notes effectively, how to use the library resources effectively, all of that kind of stuff. There are research support systems within your institution. I'm almost certain of it. Use those as much as possible. Oftentimes we just ignore them, like we don't need them, but you find that they will teach you something that you don't know, how to use a specific function on your computer, how to use certain technology, some resources that you may not have considered that exist, or some like sources that you may not have considered that exist, and really think about attending those workshops, attending those seminars. If there's a guest lecturer coming or a guest speaker coming who has something that has to do with your research topic, then I highly suggest that you go and you listen to them. Not only that, but engage with them afterwards. So ask them for, sources, where to go and get certain things, or where you should be looking, where you should be reading, who you should be reading, because a lot of the time these are the experts in the field. First of all, you want to probably mention them in your research, but you also want to show a breadth of knowledge, and they will have that knowledge already. So tap into the resources that are available to you, the human resources as well as the technical resources. I would say also use the librarians, they again always know how to get certain resources and where to get certain resources, so do use them. Second tip is keep writing. So as you read, as you make your notes, I highly recommend that you keep writing, keep making notes, stay motivated and just keep going. Don't like read and forget to write down the things that you're reading, because after a while you've accumulated so much information but it's not organized and it's all over the place. The third tip is kind of related to keep writing, but it's also reference as you go. So if you are citing certain people and you're writing your notes, I really suggest that you keep your references and your notes very organized. There are tools that you can use, digital tools like EndNote, and I think there's a couple of others that you can use as well. So look into using those, download them onto your computer, ask your librarians or whoever's in your writing support systems within your faculty or your school or your department, how to use those programs. Also, there's lots of like tutorials on YouTube as well, so look into those. But keep your references, your notes, all your sources and anything that you have kind of accumulated while researching, put that on the side, but make sure that it's well organized so that once you start actually writing the final draft, or if you need to go back and cross-reference or check on something, it's all organized either in a file, whether it's a physical file or a file on your computer. I like to write physically, so how I'm doing it is I'm just keeping my notes put away in a folder, just to make sure that I don't lose anything that I really need. And also I have a list of references on the side as well. Next tip is to trust your supervisor. So your supervisor is likely to know the kind of resources you should be looking at. They're likely to know in which direction your research should be going, how much more of like your lit review you need to work on, how much more of your question you need to specify. There's so much that they actually know, and they tend to have years of experience in reading people's work as well as writing their own work. So try to trust your supervisor. This obviously depends on the relationship that you have and whether or not you've chosen a good supervisor to begin with. So you probably want to start there, but that's a whole other video when it comes to choosing a supervisor. But once you have your supervisor and someone that you like and get along with and work well with, trust their advice. You need someone who you can be like the final decision maker on a certain thing in your research. If you aren't sure of whether to include something or exclude something, or if you're not sure whether your research should be going in a specific direction, it really helps to have someone who's going to say, this is what you need to do, and just have that final, you know what I mean? So really trust your supervisor. If you have co-supervisors, that's obviously a lot more complicated because sometimes they can have contradicting advice. But again, just have that one person who you can look to, that you trust their word, and that they are looking out for you. They want you to produce the best research, the best thesis or dissertation, and they want the best. They want to get the best marks. I would say find a tribe. That is one of my other tips, is find a tribe, people that are also doing research, whether it's in your area or just research in general, but just a group of people who are also in the academic space. Because what I've come to realize and learn in the last 2 years, this is the third year now, is that if you are, for example, a Black scholar who doesn't have a long history of scholars in your own family or in your own immediate circle, it's hard to find people, it's hard to know how to navigate that space. It can be very political, it can be very racialized, very sexist, and just difficult to navigate because there's no one trajectory for success in the academic space, right? So do you publish every year, or do you become a lecturer, or what do you do and how you get into these spaces? So find a tribe that you can talk to these things about, that you can bounce off ideas off of, that can read your work, proofread your work. You can get ideas from, and then the other thing is to find a mentor as well. In finding a tribe, a mentor is part of that. They will really guide your career in terms of the academic space, and I really advise everyone to try and identify someone, preferably within the department, within the faculty, but even if it's someone outside, preferably someone who is well-versed and who knows their stuff well and knows their area of interest well, well-published, well-respected, someone who just knows what they're doing, so that you can trust that this person can give you the right advice when it comes to finding your way in the academic space and as regards your research. Because as an early researcher and as an early academic, it's a completely new world, and you need someone who's going to find opportunities for you as well. That's another thing that about having a mentor, is that if a research opportunity arises, or a conference is happening, or and these are well-connected people that have been in the academic space for a long time, so they know the right people to talk to, the right people to recommend you to, the right scholarships, the right funding opportunities. All of that is so important for your academic experience, and those are, like, I would definitely recommend finding a mentor somewhere in you, and just look around at the people that you like, that you're drawn to, that you already get along with, that you already respect so much. Those are the people that you can really ask to be, to mentor you. And you can formally ask it, like, can you be my mentor? Or it can just happen organically. I think the latter is better, but I think there's nothing wrong with just saying, listen, I don't know what I'm doing in this space, and I want to be in this space. I want to grow. I want to succeed in academia, but I don't know how to do that. Can you help me? And then let that person kind of guide you, or at least be like, again, someone that you can bounce ideas off of. And whether you want to make a certain decision to do a postdoc at a certain institution, whether you want to do a further qualification, they would know which qualification is best suited for this specific area, who is like the leading scholar in that area, and what institution are they based at, so you can apply there, stuff like that you're not going to know. It's really inside tricks of the trade kind of things. But again, because it's academia and it's about research and writing, it doesn't seem like this is the kind of information that you would find, but it is there, and there are people who know about it and can help you. The final thing I would say is try to publish. Try. I am currently trying to get out a paper into the world. We need more Black literature out there. We need more female scholars out there. We need more LGBTQ plus scholarship out there. We just need more of it. There's not enough of everything, really, and you can fit in that space. If you have something to say, if you have an academic contribution that you want to make, then write it and publish it. And that is really hard. Again, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in terms of that, and so I'm kind of going through that process. And I would but what I'm starting to find is that publishing is one of the easiest ways to kind of make a name for yourself in academia and in the academic space. And whether you're in law, whether you're in engineering, whether you are in commerce, science, medicine, the social sciences, having your name out there as a published author of a certain topic, good quality publishing, good quality literature, good quality work that you put out is a sure way of at least starting to build your academic career. And so I'm working on that now. I haven't gotten it figured out yet, but I am working on it. And I would suggest that you also do the same if that is the trajectory that you're trying to get on. Final tip. Back up everything. Back everything up. Like, have the backup for a backup. Back it up digitally. Back it up physically if you can. Just back up everything. Have several places in which you can back up, preferably in the cloud, because that never goes away. Just learn from me. I have lost so much data so many times on my computer. My computer's crashed, my hard drive has crashed, things happen, you lose things. Just back up everything, guys. Just do it, please. I think that's everything that I have to say on tips. Let's go to what's in my bag. So here is the bag that I take to school every day. Here it is. It is like one of those big tote bags. This is a key, it's a key ring, but I use it for my bag, and I got it in Cape Town, in a township called Langa, and they there's a little like shop there where they make handmade things, and so I got it there. This I got from Mr. Price in South Africa, Cape Town. I don't know how much it cost, but the bag my sister got for me, well, she bought it for me for Christmas from Walmart actually, but it's a very sturdy bag. It's huge, as you can see. It's very, very big. So what's in here? Okay, the first thing I have is my pencil case from Werksman's Attorneys. It has pens, pencils, correction fluid, just stationery basically. That's what's in there. Let me put that there. I have my notebook, which I never leave the house without. This has my whole life in it, my plans, my dreams, my YouTube videos, everything that I want to do, things that I have to look up, things that I have to do, etc. It's all in here. I have my folder. So this is the folder that I was saying has all my notes in it. So I write down my notes. So like I will read an article, and then I'm reading and writing notes as I read, and then I put them all in this like folder with like tags on it, so that I can come back and then when I'm putting it all together and writing it up, it's all here and I won't lose it. And the next thing I have is another folder. This again has notes in it, just like the other one. A notebook. Okay, this is where all the notes get written. Anything that I need to like that has to do with my research and I'm just thinking out loud, I always have that next to me, so like I'm scribbling at the same time. That's it, pretty much. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have my wallet. I got this wallet from Mr. Price. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it was like less than 100 rand. It must have been like 50 rand or something. But here you go, here's my wallet. In my wallet, I have 100 rand Egyptian pounds. Sorry, 100 Egyptian pounds. My health insurance card, Ster-Kinekor movie card, Woolworths rewards card, bank cards, Clicks card, Cotton On card, yeah. Edgar's card, lots of coins, Smart Shopper card, Pick and Pay, bank card, anti-acid, because yeah. Vodafone SIM card from Egypt. I have my ID and just receipts. So that's that. Hand cream. Let's see. Don't know if you can see that, but it's called Good Stuff Be Natural. Wild honey, shea butter, and vanilla yogurt, nourishing dry skin hand cream, and it's actually very good. I bought this in Pick and Pay. I don't remember how much it was, but it's very, very good. Because my hands get very dry. I have Vaseline because my hands also get very dry. I have, oh, this is one of those, I don't know if any of you have these, but it's for like putting, if you have like your pads and you don't want to like have them just out in the open, then you can put them in one of these containers. It's actually metal, but you can put your pad or your tampons in here, or whatever it is that you use. You can put it in here, and then, you know, if you want to go to the bathroom, you don't have to take your whole bag. You can just carry this, and it's got like cool little designs, which are kind of cute. So yeah, it's just something, I really love these. I have two of them. I also have a fabric one. This is metal, but I have a fabric one also. I have painkillers, one of those charging ports, highlighter, that's pretty much it. I have this sleeve for my laptop. I generally don't take my laptop to school because I don't want to lose it or it gets stolen or something happened to it. I prefer to keep it at home because I've lost and broken so many laptops now. But yeah, so anyway, this is my bag. I think that's it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be bringing another video on soon about applying for graduate schools in the United States as an African student or as an international student. I recently applied to some schools in the US and I was successful in my applications, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how that whole process goes, so watch out for those are coming. I think that's everything. If you have any other school related, university related questions or content that you'd like to see, then let me know and I will make that content for you and have it up for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my what's in my bag video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.